Hello everyone, Jacobite here. Welcome back to some more of West of Loathing. This hat gives me hay fever and I hate it. That's a way of describing it. So, I did go back and I went with the goblin route just because I've already done the run with Susie and I wanted to try something. I wanted to see how the goblin works. So I went back, unlocked the goblin instead. His name is Gary, which is not the name for a goblin that I would have expected. That, and also I realized that it shouldn't have been a Wyatt Cross, it should be Wyatt shooting at me. You know, why are you shooting at me? I think I'm funny. But other than that, pretty much the exact same. So we're gonna go ahead and talk with Gary here. Now that we are, as a reference, we have just arrived in Dirtwater, and we're gonna go up to the railroad camp and see if we can get some work. See if we can get some work done. It's your partner. Hello, Gary! Wanting more goblins meeting? Gary is hearing about goblins in old fort nearby. You discovered a new map location, Fort Cowardice. Alright. Yeah, we gotta rent a room here in Dirtwater. Well, howdy there. Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks, I'm Wyatt. Glad to know you, Wyatt. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do you for? Well, it's nice to meet you, Lloyd. I saw the sign out front advertising a room. That's right, finest room in the house and plenty of room for your partner too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella and he paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Gratis. Wow, great. Wonderful. Okay. Here we go. Here we go again. This is a spittoon, which is a sort of brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor, because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already, sicko. Well, that's, I don't know, a little rude, but I'll inspect it. Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice. As saloons go, actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, a poker room instead of a cockfighting pit, but this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside it isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. Gonna inspect it. Here we go again. All right, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. Oh, so that's good, right? No, that's bad, because it's only the water part of spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and filth that don't evaporate, several years worth, distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into the spittoon anymore because they bounce out. Gonna search it. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup, except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah? Glorp. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding, except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, and then set it on fire. It feels like your hand is dissolving. Keep searching. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children. Assuming you're still able to have any, and you hate them. And you hate them. You got an item. Filthy porcelain cow. Hooray! Oh, man. That is off-key, my dude. The piano player is not very good at his job. Is that a darts? See bartender for darts. Hey, how come they're allowed to drink without hats on? Yeah, I got a fever, and the only antidote is more cowbell. Let's check out the kitchen here. Busy paying attention. Hey, what are you doing in here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry, I was just, you know, looking around. Oh, so you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. Well, as it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm at a saltpeter and need someone to go pick me up some more. Saltpeter? Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay, okay. Where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp. Because it's used to make gunpowder? Shut up! The nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in the little green jaws. Alright, be right back. Atop this potbelly stove is a pot full of slop. A pot stove top slop pot. It's also where he parks his beer. Oh man, that can't be comfortable. That can't be comfortable. Alright, what's we got in poker here? This poster says, Rules of Poker, followed by hundreds of weird rules in tiny print. A player holding a pair of kings must remove their hat. Alright. 4 cross-eyed jacks of diamonds and 2 sixes count as a flush. What? Any player caught with a pocket tray must draw a new hand of cards. Okay. A straight beats a Mexican flush. What's a Mexican flush? Any player caught cheating must immediately discard a pair of Homicide Queen of Clubs. Homicide Queen of Clubs? What is going on here? No room at this table. I'm guessing no room at this table. But there's room at this table. You sit down at the poker table. A dealer emerges from somewhere in the back and sits down next to you. The lady to your right introduces herself as Lou, and the player to your left says his name is Biff. The dealer tells you the ante is 20 neat. We're gonna ante on up. The dealer gives the deck a shuffle and then deals. A hand of cards glides across the table to you. It's a really great hand. A 9 of diamonds, 4 one-eyed jacks of clubs, and 3 nines of hearts. It's the first round. Unfortunately, I don't have great statistics, it looks like. My winning is around 40%, so I'm gonna just check. Races, I'm gonna have to call. It's your second round of betting. This pot is 120 meat. That's a lot of meat. And you estimate your chances of winning around 45%. I could cleverly raise, but because the chances are only 45%, I'm gonna moxously strategize. You arrange your cards into a more aesthetically pleasing spread. 20% chance to win. It's the last round of betting. Time to do or die. The pot is 120 and you estimate your chances of winning around 65%. I think we can make that 85%. You grunt and strain and tear one of your cards in half. Now you have 2 of that card. No, you don't. That's not how that works. All right, you force your opponents to read them and weep. A reverse royal straight. Lou grumbles and turns over a reverse flush. Biff sighs and reveals his hand at backwards Georgia straight. You win. You gather your haul. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So now we have a 925. I gotta get my mysticality up. All right. All right, Gary. What do you think of the Jewel Saloon, Gary? Nice place. Many people. Gary betting the basement is much nicer than in Boring Springs. Yeah, they probably don't want people going in their basement. Oh, sorry. All right, so this is our guest room. You look at yourself in the mirror. Insult yourself. You call yourself a lily-faced, lizard-kissing jerk. You gained an effect. Angry. You better not insult yourself anymore. You get any angry, you're liable to pass out. You're madder than a hornet. If you get your level past 1, you'll pass out from rage. Oh, I think we're at level 1. There's a postcard on this table. Blank postcard. Cool. You don't want to sleep. So, Ghost the Carriage. Nice to see. Hey, it's a mercantile. I love how in this shot you can see that I'm like leaning way back because of my stupid walk. I love it. This pocket watch is both fine and dandy. Shiny nugget of silver. Broken board, I do not need that, I don't think. Speak softly and carry a crude stick. Yeah, that's fair. Do I have a better pistol? Not yet. I also don't have I've got a ring. Silver cufflinks, unrefined, just sell it. Cool beans. Shiny rock, dusty turnip. I mean, I could eat that. Effective against goblins. I hope I don't have to use that against Gary or anybody like that. Modern snake oiler. Used this to learn a new snake oiling skill. Oh, heck yeah. Absolutely. This is a bag of patented Shroom Grow Miracle Fungal Fertilizer, guaranteed to increase the size and intensity of any mycological specimen. So that'd be good for Gary. Do I have any dynamite or lockpicks? No, I don't. Probably should try to get at least one of those if I can. One of those newfangled telegraph machines. Hi, I'm Wyatt shooting at me. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Well, I like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus letting him know what you've been up to and that you're okay. That'll be, oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Thanks! I hope Rufus is doing okay. The clerk clears her throat. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Well, I can be your sheriff. Maybe. Do you have law enforcement experience? Well, I mean, I have my little sheriff's badge. Have you been to sheriff school? Sheriff school? No. Do you have any existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? Well, I just assumed, you just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day? Well, when you put it that way, she snorts. If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed, protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. Sorry, yeesh. It's okay. Like I said, it happens all the time. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of some justice. Wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. She points behind her and off to the right respectively. All right, well, let's see what we got. It's a wanted poster, or a wanted poster if accuracy is important. It says, Wanted! The House in the Desert Gang. For mortgage, non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance, also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the House in the Desert, 500 meat reward. That's a lot. You wonder if the house is named after them, or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Want to go after them? Sure. It's all been house gained justice. Oh, is it another wanted poster? It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster. Close enough. The poster reads, Wasted! The Stripy Hat Gang for grand theft, paint, and tasteless hat vandalism, lasting in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. That's a lot. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals? Despicable. Want to go after them? Yes. All right. These are the crap walk. Empty cell, empty cell, empty cell, empty cell. This empty cell is all ghostly. I don't see how it's going to help with, you know, physical people. Maybe we can find some criminal ghosts. Consarn, this first looking her bonnet. This little girl is selling some flowers. Oh, sure, sweet smelling flowers. Thank you, mister. All right, so this one goes on my offhand. So that would be my, what, replica sheriff? But this gives me an armor. No, that's your lapel, pardon me. This is your offhand. Melee attack damage and spell damage. Those are the 2 things I don't do. I'm a moxie. A moxie is my thing. All right, well, I think we're going to go ahead and just eat this dusty turnip. That increases our muscle, missile, and moxicality. Turnip fueled. I did not even read the text. I should have done that. All right. So we've got Fort Cowardice. That's where Gary said to go. We'll go to Fort Cowardice. See what's going on there. What is? Look at the horse steps. They're so goofy. All right, Gary, what do we got going on? This fort very quiet being. I thought goblins here. Well, it does sound abandoned. Might as well look, though. I need foraging to harvest some beer. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make a cannonade. Fort Cowardice. Climb up the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. All right. Administration. This cabinet is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personnel records in the back of one drawer. They are incredibly boring. No, really, I want details. Fine, you read one. First Lieutenant Rowena Hubbard, 9th Cannoneer Division, pay grade O-2. Birth date 6/19/28, December, D, what is that? Deck. What does deck stand for? Not decommissioned. I don't know what that means. 12/12/1853. Blood type O negative. Wounded in action. There. Satisfied? No. Another. Fine. You read another. Patricia Smith, secretary, pay grade. Accrued sick days. Satisfied? No. Another. Fine. Another? Another. 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 Yeah, okay. I think I'm satisfied. Now you're just looking at the same ones you read before. What is wrong with you? I just can't get enough. Yeah, they are the same ones. I think that's, it's not declassified. What would deck even be? Good Conduct Medal. 76th Pyrotechnic Division. I think that's deceased. Born and deceased. This one hasn't died yet. Charles Stern. Missed 8 days, 88 accrued sick days. Oh, interesting. Oops. This was once a reception desk, but now the most appropriate things for it to receive would be a free trip to the dump. Looks like there's still some good mess left. Military grade whiskey, nice. That's the same thing as the turnip. Hardtack, 5 armor, and more hardtack. Sweet. Black. The stove is beyond cleaning. Shake of saltpeter. That's what it was for. This was to give the chef his the saltpeter that he needed. And also, it's not really a cupboard. I need a lock and lock picking. I need both those to do anything. You hear the sounds of several goblins snoring inside the tent. Not bothering, letting them sleep. Oh, okay. All right, thanks, Gary. This cot is soaked with blood. Ugh. Based on the papers and anatomical diagrams scattered around its surface, you're guessing this desk belonged to Fort Cowardice's nurse. Let's look at the papers. Papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental daguerreotypes, lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that kind of thing. Hey, wait, what's this? This looks like this might be important. You got an item, marching orders. This is a set of army marching orders. March back, from before all of the army's marching orders were march back east just as fast as your lily-livered little yellow-bellied feet can go, you damnable cowards. Oh my gosh. All right. I don't know what the marching orders are going to be for, but all right. Still have some unlooted medical supplies. Render them looted. More military-grade whiskey and army field trauma kit. Controlled substances. This must be where they store the really effective stuff, but I need crack safing. That one's got a hole in it. That sign says toilet in Goblin, which I do know how to read, which makes it seem pretty likely that the goblins use this tent as a toilet. No way are you going in there. Yikes, this must have definitely got somebody fired. Boo. Woof, it's heavy. A demi-culverin cannonball. No demi more, no demi less. Well, this wasn't a whole lot to this place other than just the, the saltpeter. Let's go Cavern Canyon. Out in the middle of the desert, you find an abandoned minecart. It's sitting on a section of minecart track about 12 feet long, which starts nowhere in particular and ends in even less somewhere in particular. All right. It's mostly full of plain old rocks, not even very interesting looking ones. However, if you left without searching it thoroughly, you just end up driving yourself crazy later with a thought that you might have missed something valuable. And so you spend a good half an hour inspecting rocks and eventually find one that might be worth something. Unrefined meat nugget. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Danger! Spider! Yipes! This cave door has been boarded up. I can pry those off. Ah, I think this is the gang. They got a lot of them, so I'm going to leave them be for the moment. Let's see what's behind door number 1, or cave number 1. The bones make you pretty reluctant to investigate this hole. This crate has medicine scrawled in black paint. This crate has booze scrawled on it in black paint. Weapons. I'm going to open it up. Let's start with the weapons. Uh-oh. You dig through the crate. It's mostly full of packing straw, but you find a pretty fancy knife at the bottom. You hear a sudden chittering coming from that big hole behind you. Ooh, wow. That's good moxie, too. Compared to my crowbar? Oh my gosh, that's much better. Yeah. Fancy knife. Come at thee, spider, I stab thee. You must have a death wish standing this close to that thing. You should leave right now before that spider eats you. Alright. Those boards can't hide from your prying eyes or your prying crowbar. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked to it says, please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider. It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. I'm going to open that door. The tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through unless you're a huge spider. Alright. Is this the, oh, you can see the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk, but you're not going to be able to get them from this end. Maybe if you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. I have a sense the game is trying to subtly say that the spider is about to get the gang, which, if the spider gets them before I can, what? I can't just bring, I mean, what am I going to bring to the sheriff as proof of evidence? You hear a horrible skittering noise followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. Let's go inside. Oh, well, the gang has been prepped for spider consumption. We'll go ahead and arrest them. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one which Gary offers to drag, and you head back to Dirtwater Jail. Turn them in. It's the Stripey Hat Gang. What happened to them? They had a run-in with a giant spider of justice. Giant spider of justice. Well, fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. 1,000 meat and 30 XP. Groovy! Alright, well that's a lot of meat. Let's see, we got a lot available, a lot available, a lot available, a lot available. That's a lot of lots available. 5, 6. Not a lot available past this point. You saw the sign, there's nothing past here. Alright, alright. Alright, let's check out the Desert House Gang since that's right next door. You notice a smoldering hole in the ground and recognize it as the habitat of the southeast western coal snake. Again, with the southeast western. That's not a thing. That's the southern coal snake. Anyway, they keep to themselves mostly, but they're also known to enjoy a fight if one is thrust upon them. Thrust one upon it. Whoa, they're quick. Rank 1 using muscle for 1 damage. Ooh boy, this is powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna apply a poison. I smack thee with another snake. Well, Gary will Gary Fu the target, dealing 6 to 9 damage, or he'll reproduce and create another goblin to assist. There we go. 1 damage. Oh no. And kablamo! Whole snake is defeated. Snake venom bladder. A lot of people don't know the difference between venomous and poisonous. I'm not going to explain it to you, but this is what makes a snake both. This item is used in combat, alright? And I got coal snake, 1 venom, and 1 medicine. Sweet. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside. What was that? Uh-oh. Looks like you're gonna have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Well, sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? No, I was just kidding. That doesn't look good. From the sound of it, you see this doghouse contains an angry dog. This doghouse contains an angry dog. Very funny. You're not going to be able to get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. Alright, well, I'd rather not if I don't have to. And I'm aware that there is a way that you can get each of these gangs. There is a way to get each of the gangs without having to actually like execute each one of them. Now you can execute everyone, just like you can also free everyone. Or not free everyone, but take everyone prisoner. But since we're going the honorable route, we'll take them all prisoner instead of butchering them. You encounter some homesteaders who seem to have run their wagon off the road. Either that or they found a wagon in the ditch and are pretending to be sad about it. I wish I had 10 muscle. I really wish I had 10 muscle. Speaking of which, I should level myself up. 41 XP. Let's get our mysticality up 1 and then our muscle up another. And then let's maybe get our grit up 1. That increases our HP. Wow, wow, wow. The iron snake much bigger when close up and looking and hearing of people inside. It has eating them. It's not a snake, it's a train. Those are passengers inside. Are you actually unclear on how this works? Ha 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 ha, no, Gary is fooling with you. Knowing a train is not eating people. Big machine with wheels having. Okay, cool. And many loud screaming. I mean, yeah, it's not technically wrong. Manifest Destiny Railroad Company. Just hold your horses. The old tin horse, yep, the good old steel horse. This guy should never be put in charge of a switch. He's too lazy playing with his watch to get any work done. Say, that's a nice watch. Where'd you get it? I bought it from this gal that runs a store down south of here named old Buttonwillow. Buttonwillow Mick something? Where's the store exactly? Oh, you can't miss it. It's right in between a cactus and a different cactus. That doesn't tell me anything. He points to a spot on your map. All right. Buttonwillow McKittrick's store. Thanks. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. She's not getting much tracklay, but she's an expert whistler. You approach the beleaguered-looking man with tiny glasses. Howdy there. Who's in charge of this outfit? Well, if I'm being charitable, I'd say that the fellow over there in the white hat is the foreman. He points at the man next to the huge pile of rocks. And if you're not, he smiles. Then I'd say that paperback idiot over there in the absurd white hat is the fellow you're looking for. Alrighty, thanks. Feel like there might be something going on. Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. You want to know something? I love trains. I mean, I do too, but ever since I was a little boy, huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts, they were magical to me like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? What's that? Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the ass you will ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations! You're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Swell. I guess I'm the boss now? The man looks you up and down. Well now, I suppose you can't be any worse than that last clown. He extends his hand. Name's Smee. I'm your assistant. Well, what's the situation, Smee? Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing this giant pile of rocks blocking our path. The surveyors say there isn't any other suitable mountain path, so we can't reroute around it even if we had the months it'd take. Any ideas? Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, it'll take a lot of dynamite, a whole year's worth, I figure. We used to keep that much on hand for emergencies such as this one, but a pack of goblins stole it all, sneaky little varmints. Well, lucky for you, I have a goblin as a sidekick. He might be able to intervene on our behalf. I will get it back for you. Glad to hear it. Goblins are holed up over in Gustavusson Gulch. It's a really rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and honing your fighting skills before you head that way, especially if you plan to go in guns blazing. You won't need that specific dynamite though. Any that you can lay your hands on will be fine so long as there's enough of it. I mean, unless someone is literally selling an item that is called a year's worth supply of dynamite, I wonder how much dynamite it really is. All right, Gustavusson Gulch. He said I should really level up, but since Gary's here, I might be able to get past them. A fancily dressed goblin steps forward. Hi, hello, being a mayor, welcome. Now going away, please. Gary taps you on the shoulder. What's up, Gary? It's okay, I will handling this. Gary and the mayor converse for a bit, too quickly for you to follow what they're saying. What did he say? He is saying, okay for giving dynamite boom, but you have to riddling first. Riddling? Yes, a contest game. All right, let's have it. The mayor clears their throat. A crazy thing, having no legs at morning and no legs afternoon and also no legs having at night. What is that? You glance at Gary. Hey, Gary not helping. That would be cheating. Bad. A man, a no-leg horse, an egg, a snake. You know, we're gonna go with the no-leg horse. Nope, this answer is no good. But it is wrong being so wrong. Well, dang it. Walk away in shame. I want another guess. I'm ready to try the real contest again. Let's say this time, why is a man an option? Or an egg or a snake? I'm gonna go with the man, see what that is. Oh, well, dang it. All right, an egg. Okay, yes, an egg having no legs ever, correct. Well, except if hatching into something that legs having, but then egg is not egg anymore, so who is caring? All right, sure. Next riddle, you ready? Yep. More eating, lighter getting, shorter living. What am I? Well, the correct answer is a fire, but the fact that an egg is an option makes me suspect it might be egg again? Oh, okay, it's not. All right, well, I won't spend the whole time doing this, because I could spend the next 50 minutes trying to just guess this, but we'll come back to it in a little bit. Howdy there, I'm Wandering Sally. Howdy, Sally. I'm Wyatt. What's your line? Trading. I wander all around these lanes, just like it says on the label. And I buy a little here and sell a little there to make my way. Care to see my wares? Absolutely. Wandering Sally's camp out. What do you got for me, Wandering Sally? Hey, you have a pickaxe. Excellent. I'm going to buy that. Bar of soap, or it comes from a thope, and 3 needles. Yay! Huh. Alright, that's not terrible. Alright, cool. Let's go on down then. We'll head over to Buttonwill's store. Ooh. Let's go to the silversmith's house first. That seems like that could be a good place since we have some items of silver. What's up, partner? Howdy, Gary. Oh, Gary knowing a thing to see. Oh yeah? What is it? A gigantic poop. What? Taller than Gary. We discovered a new application, the Big Apple. Okay. Alright. The sign says, help yourself. Silver bolt making apparatus. So I can make a bullet using a silver nugget, making 3 bullets with a silver cufflinks, or making 5 bullets with a silver pock watch. Well, let's at least turn the silver, ooh, then I make needles from the silver bullets. Did I even look at my silver pock watch? This pock watch is both fine and dandy. Nothing I think I need to see that. Oh, I forgot to read this. There's a recipe for a new kind of snake oil concoction that looks like it might come in handy in a fight. Skill is left to recover HP in combat. There's an article with a list of tips and tricks for moving really quickly. Gives quick on the draw, skill that increases your speed. There's a letter to the editor from a woman in Wyoming who had an amazing idea. What if you shot somebody 3 times instead of just once? Gives fan hammer. Wow. 3 ranged attacks. Sure, let's learn fan hammer. Shoot first, then shoot again, and then ask questions if there's anything left to ask questions of. 3 AP cost. Wow. Unfortunately, a stray spark from one of your shots sets the magazine on fire and you're unable to prevent it from being destroyed. Aww. Well, then we're going to make 3 more bullets, or 5 bullets here. And we'll have to make the silver bullet. And then we'll make 1. Oh, sweet, that makes 2 needles. Sweet. This door is locked. Pick the lock. Got it. There's a note on the safe reading. I forgot the darn combination to this confounded thing. If you can't open it, you're welcome to what's in it. Looks like a tricky one. I need safe cracking 3. Oh no, it's another spittoon. A spittoon. At least it looks like a spittoon, but it's next to the bed. It might actually be a bedpan. Investigate it. Wait, really? I mean, if it's just a spittoon, that's bad enough, but it might be a bedpan, and that would be way worse. Investigate it. I feel like maybe you aren't getting what I'm saying. We're talking about an object that someone probably uses when they wake up in the middle of the night and can't be bothered to walk to the outhouse. And the best you can hope for is maybe they only use it to spit nighttime tobacco juice into, in which case it's only full of rancid congealing tobacco spit. I'm investigating it. Are you even listening to me, or are you just sort of skimming past the text? Bedpan. I'm pretty sure there's treasure in there and you aren't stopping me. Bedpan! Shut up, I'm investigating. Okay, fine, have it your own way, your own filthy, disgusting way. Turns out to probably not be a bedpan, but it is definitely a spittoon, and it is definitely filled with rotting brown spit. Fish around in it. What is wrong with you? Bite me. Oh, good God, okay. You plunge your hand in up to the wrist, it makes a gloop noise and breaks the thin skin of congealing toxins that was previously keeping the dire smell in relative check. Now you are choking in a miasma of oily, bitter chaw stink. You know that feeling you get when you're about to puke? How you get that taste way back in the rear corners of your mouth, like that metallic tang by the root of your tongue, like you're sucking on a corroded old penny? Just tell me what I found already. You found a filthy slime-covered old brooch. Are you happy? I bet you're gonna put it on without even washing it first. You got an item revolting brooch. Well, maybe I will. So there. Oh my gosh, I love this. 90 copies of Johnny Tremaine. It's too neatly organized. Maybe the guy was hiding something. He was crooked. The silversmith was selling cheap fakes. Oh well, he's gone now, and so are most of his customers. No sense stirring up trouble at this point. The silver plater. All right. instant grits and plum pudding. Sweetness. All right. Well, I think that's what we're called for this episode. We got a couple of things still to do. We can try to figure out how to get the Gustafsson Gulch, get that riddle section done, figure that one out. But we've gotten started here. Big Apple, the Silver Plater. Two more of those lovely, not bedpans, but spittoons. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And until next time, this has been the Jacobite, and I will see you guys further down the line. Bye-bye.